The biggest Marvel movie news going on right now is that Disney has decided to suddenly and surprisingly fire James Gunn, the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He was going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but they fired him from that movie, and he will no longer be involved in MCU movies going forward. And I think he was supposed to be next in line to be the shepherd of the MCU in general, after Kevin Feige or under him. You know, the whole Marvel cosmic, because I think James Gunn was going to be involved in shaping other cosmic movies beyond the Guardians franchise in the future. And then, you know, some tweets of his, some old tweets, and I think interviews and stuff of him saying, making some inappropriate jokes, surfaced because he angered some people on the far right, and they wanted to, I guess, dig up some dirt on one of their most vocal, liberal, famous critics. And so they dug up some of his old stuff, and they came to light. And so, you know, Disney, faced with all of this, felt that they would get themselves out of a bad situation by just firing him because of things he said in the past. And some of the jokes that he made in the tweets, I didn't read all of them or see some of all the interviews. I saw, like, because he was saying a lot of stuff. This is like from 10 years ago. He was saying some pretty weird and wild stuff. And so I get why Disney did what they did, but the whole thing is like, a lot of people are like, were they too harsh and severe? You know, like, because he deleted the tweets when, you know, all this came up. And, you know, he issued a public apology, but I guess it was too little too late. I mean, the damage was done and all this stuff, because everything stays on the internet forever. You know, it's going to be out there for people to see. And so I guess Disney decided to handle this PR disaster by eliminating the problem. But of course, a lot of people in Hollywood, including mostly the people who work with James Gunn in the Guardians movies, are unhappy about his firing. They felt like Disney was being too harsh and that they should rehire him. And they wrote this open letter signed by all the cast members, or most of the main cast members of the Guardians movies, talking about how they want him to come back. And I'm going to read, I have a CNN article up. I'm going to read it on my phone, but then I'm going to edit it in behind me in the video. It's a lot to take in, but I'm just going to read some of the important things on it. It's an open letter. The cast, including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Bradley Cooper, said in a statement that they were, quote, shocked by the director's, quote, abrupt firing last week from the third installment of the franchise, and have been encouraged by the outpouring of support from fans and members of the media who wish to see James reinstated as director of Volume 3. Disney parted ways with Gunn after a number of offensive tweets of his from the past resurfaced. The director's tweets began making rounds after conservative blogs highlighted the years-old statements, which made references to pedophilia and molestation. And I think James Gunn also made some racist jokes and homophobic comments too. He was saying a lot of just terrible stuff in the past. But the whole argument that a lot of his supporters are saying is that he's changed, he's grown with time, and just from a personal level, they've had a lot of good experiences working with him and respect him as a human being. You know, the whole thing is, can people change and can people apologize or atone for bad mistakes? You know, can we change over time, or, you know, just apologize for stuff? The Walt Disney Studios chairman Alan Horn called Gunn's comments indefensible and inconsistent with our studio's values in a statement announcing Gunn's termination. Here is a Zoe Saldana tweet that had the letter in it, but of course this letter's been all over the place. Chris Pratt had it on his Instagram, and I'm sure other cast members had it on their social media platforms. And it's been circulated all over the internet. It trended on Twitter for a long time. But here's her tweet here in this article from Zoe Saldana. If you please read the statement written and signed by the Guardians of the Galaxy cast in support of James Gunn's reinstatement as director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then it goes on to talk about James Gunn's statement continuing from when he was fired. All I can do now, beyond offering my sincere and heartfelt regret, is to be the best human being I can be, accepting, understanding, committed to equality, and far more thoughtful about my public statements and my obligations to our public discourse. And this is a bit from the letter that they put on there that you saw in black earlier. The cast. We cannot let this moment pass without expressing our love, support, and gratitude for James. We are not here to defend his jokes of many years ago, but rather to share our experience having spent many years together on set making Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. The character Gunn has shown in the wake of his firing is consistent with the man he was every day on set, and his apology, now and from years ago when first addressing these remarks, we believe is from the heart, a heart we all know, trust, and love. And then their statement does address the fact that, you know, what brought all this up were conservatives trying to get back at him for being a vocal opponent of, like, President Trump and stuff. That's what brought this up anyway. Like, he was basically like, you know, he angered them by being a very prominent liberal voice attacking the prominent conservative president, and they wanted to dig up dirt on him. That's the whole genesis of all this, the way most people feel, and it is. There is little due process in the court of public opinion. James is likely not the last good person to be put on trial. Given the growing political divide in this country, it's safe to say instances like this will continue. Although we hope Americans from across the political spectrum can ease up on the character assassinations and stop weaponizing mob mentality. Gunn has not commented on the cast letter. In casting each of us to help him tell the story of misfits who find redemption, he changed our lives forever. We believe the theme of redemption has never been more relevant than now. Each of us looks forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot. So there we have it. The cast of Guardians of the Galaxy want him back, and I'm sure more people beyond them in Marvel and in the entertainment industry and Marvel MCU fans would want him back too. Now the big question is will this cause drama behind the scenes? If a lot of Disney actors and directors and crew members are unhappy with Disney's decision, are they going to play nice with Disney? Will there be friction? I mean, Disney's the one who has, I think, all the power. But even so, when you have that many people working under you who are unhappy with your leadership decision, is that going to cause friction and manifest itself in some bad ways down the line? We shall see. My money's on Disney and Marvel being able to survive this because they're a powerful company and there's a lot of people who will see their movies no matter what. Like, I don't think a lot of Marvel fans are going to boycott Marvel movies because James Gunn's not involved anymore. They'll be unhappy, but they'll probably still see a lot of movies, even if he's not attached to them, because they love the MCU so much. But what do you think? Do you agree with Disney's decision to fire James Gunn? And do you think that his firing and the unhappiness within, the Marvel actors and stuff will cause problems for Disney down the line? And do you think they'll rehire him? Do you think a lot of things? I guess this is this video and this subject matter, it has a lot of loaded multiple questions and thoughts and feelings for people. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.